First thing I want to do is read a letter that was given to me this morning. This letter is to formally notify you that I'm resigning from my position as a correctional officer, and my last day will be August 18th. However, she comes in today and decides today was it. The resignation comes due to the high demand of overtime, unexpected holdovers, as there are 3-4 times a week. I can no longer continue to balance my home life with my children and work these unknown extended hours, leaving myself frustrated and exhausted all 5 days of my work week. Those are the reasons I will put that in here. During your campaigns, individual campaigns, each and every one of you has promised to support public safety. The 2 top public safety officials are standing here in front of you. I also had an opportunity to meet with one of the supervisors last week, and great conversation. But he told me, Sheriff, I'm a numbers man. Here's some numbers. Number 1, in the state for homicides per capita, as according to the Attorney General's office, 51 open homicide cases to be tried by our district attorney with 7 vacancies, 63 defendants in those homicides. 33%, 34 correctional officers as of this morning, we are down. 20%, 14 deputy sheriffs down, not including the almost 10 that are off for long term. 30% dispatchers, also with mandatory overtime every single week, and they're pulling 12-hour shifts on their regular shift. Sometimes they have to extend. 106 8-hour shifts this past week for our Correctional Bureau, which totaled 848 hours of planned overtime. That does not include the sick, calling in sick, hospital time. Multiple phone calls from this board to my agency for stuff going on in your districts, and we do it with a very glad heart when you need the help. But it's still calling to our office, and it's something to consider is all the agencies you don't call when you're talking about your budget. I'm going to leave this last one for a second. Then a 14 to 70% raise all at once for a couple of deputy CEOs because, well, you had to pay them what they're worth. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, I'm not saying they're not worth it. What I am saying is when you call 911, we're the ones to go. And last but not least, I'm going to take a look around here. I don't see the sign, but I know the maximum occupancy rate of this room will exceed 100. I'll have 100 people in here to explain why it's important for you to listen to the numbers I just gave you. Thank you, sir. I'm standing in solidarity with our district attorney because it comes down to the 2 of us for public safety. This board has got to make some decisions, hard decisions, I know you are, and sometimes you're gonna have to do it, and you're gonna have to do it some other way. Remember who has to respond to these calls, and once they're done, I catch them, she cleans them. That's how this works. And if she doesn't have people to clean them, and if I don't have people to catch them, we have an unsafe community. So I appreciate your time. If you've got any questions, animal shelter, just to let you know that last year alone was 4,402 animals and almost 2,000 we had to euthanize because of staffing and other things that we can't take care of. So we've got an issue going on, folks. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day operation at the sheriff's office. I'm here to tell you, I'm in a close to declare an absolute emergency where we're going to have people working outside of their scopes. It's that serious. I'm hoping you take it seriously, and I know that each one of you has told me to my face how much you support and will support public safety. This isn't a game. I'm not out here whining like Oliver wishing for another cup of porridge, and that's what it's become. Remember, folks, your job is to guarantee that we have the resources to take care of the community that we were elected to serve. That's all I got to say for right now, and I know there's going to be some others coming up, but I appreciate the extra moment on this, so thank you very much.
Really quickly, Sheriff, Supervisor Pedroza has a quick question for you.
Sheriff, I just have a quick, can you repeat the number with the corrections?
We're at 33% down, which is 34 actual bodies that we don't have. We've got the positions, we don't have the bodies. We have no way of recruiting them because of the pay differences. If you guys are serious about doing this, we're talking, you drop 15% down and then say to the unions, we'll come back and talk about what else we can do to help you stay. And I know that's a bone of contention for some supervisors in this room about longevity pay. But folks, we can't recruit them and then hire them and then have them go to another agency. We've got to have some kind of incentive for our people to stay here, the ones that are answering the call to 911. So when we talk about those numbers, we're doing everything we can to recruit, but the tools I'm being given, the financial tools, are not happening.
What was the shift hours? You said 106?
It was 106 8-hour shifts, totaled 848 hours of overtime. That was the planned overtime. So we're probably near 1,000 hours a week in overtime a week. Folks, the financial part on that's just absurd. If we were fully staffed and ready to go, we wouldn't have that. Okay? It's at that point. Our entire agency has to keep on and keep on and keep on doing more with less. You know, it's not just the bad guys. We've got code enforcement, and we're dealing with stuff on the west side that we're going after. We've dealt stuff with Dos Palace. We got stuff going on Planada, Merced. Each one of you has issues that needs to be done for quality of life. I'm running out of bodies. This isn't a joke. It's not, and each one of you, I respect. I take a bullet square in the chest for you. But I'm telling you, we're at a point now. It's either that or get off the pot, because we're at that stage. We got men and women putting in 16 plus hours a shift, and you're wanting them to make life and death decisions. You got agencies that you can actually close, shut the doors. Doesn't make a difference. Might take a little longer for the streets to get paved or whatever that's got to do. Like a work order for my office alone was put in on June 12th, and they showed up August 1st. So that tells me that they don't care. And that's say they don't care. It's they don't have the staffing to come in right away and do it. Well, if you have that luxury, we don't. That's what we're dealing with. The district attorney and I are the front runners in public safety in this county, and this little time with you is just the beginning.
Sheriff, if I could just encourage you for the next time, work on getting on the agenda so that we can actually have a conversation with you and not do it in the public forum.
Okay.
Because we have the 3-minute time limit, and I want to hear from you, and I think my colleagues probably have questions and would want to ask you and be able to have a dialogue. So if we can work on getting you on, having it as an agendized item, we can have conversations, a little bit longer conversations.
Appreciate that. Thank you.